Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Stoneblock3. I'm your host, Renovate. Guys, I wasn't going to record this, and this might be like a really short episode. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out what direction we want to go from here. And not that the pack is like almost over. We're not even close. We just really actually begun. We need to make all this stuff here, which is what I said in last episode, which we'll get to. A lot of these things are EMC'd, but some of these things aren't. So we'll have to find which ones are actually done through EMC. We still have to do some Botania stuff, which I'm fine with. We still have to do some of this. We actually have to get to a tier 5 altar in order to get one of the things that we need. I think there's an infinity. One of these is actually an infinity that's made using a tier 5 blood altar. But what I was looking at, so when we updated to 1.3, there's something that got taken away from the pack. There used to be a little section here, and I couldn't remember what it was. And I remembered that it had something to do with these things up here, these energy collectors, and these are from Extended Exchange. Okay. Basically what these do is these are the main tier from Project E, right? And I have one sitting right here. That's the relay. That's the thing you charge your stuff with. And this is just the tier 1, by the way. And so if we go into our book, we have these and these collected. This is what you charge your stuff with. So they have different tiers, right? So there you go from tier 1, which is similar to, you can pretty much exchange out the normal tier 1 for this one, and then they go up. So there's a tier 2, and you can see that it says it's TPS friendly for the server, which is great because we don't need any extra ticks. But it produces 40 EMC a tick, 160, and you can kind of see that it just multiplies all the way up to 671 million per second, right? And that's cool, but that's not what was here. And so what I did is I looked into our book, or looked into our thing on REI. I've been calling it JEI, but it's REI, I think. If we go to extended, these are the things I was talking about. So these are the ones that I'm actually curious if we can actually make. And if you look at these, they start here at 102, but by the time you get to a 15, it's 19 billion EMC a tick. 19 billion a tick. And basically what this is this is just one gigantic flower of these, right? So we could either make a bunch of these or we can make one of these. And I don't know which one's cheaper. I'm guessing that even though we'd have to make, I mean, it's still a lot of these, right? So we still have to make a lot of stuff, but this stuff really isn't that hard to make. Like if you look down, these things here are going to be pretty easy to make, I'm imagining. But they just cycle down in recipe. And if you look at these things here, that's that recipe. We can make this. That's not an issue. We can get that. And then it's just the same thing over and over and over. So 3 of these makes one of these. 3 of the purples make a darker purple. 3 of the purples make a blue, right? So that's that. If that's, these are compressed energy collectors, faded compressed energy collectors. All right, so these are above these. These are energy. These are basic compressed energy. So would I just need to make one of these? Yeah, so that's all that is. So it just takes one of these. Okay, so it compresses them. Okay, so we could do a couple of these things, and then we could actually get our magma star omegas and even higher if we wanted to. And that's what I've been actually doing. So I've been, I don't know where I got that stick. I've been putting fuel into this and powering up our Klein star. I can't remember how we get this thing charged. I asked Discord, and then one of the guys told me, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. You got to charge it. I thought that it would use red matter blocks, but that doesn't work. So you got to actually use fuel, which we have a crap ton of fuel. You can see we have like 40,000 of these, and we're just going to get more if we need it. But if we just stick these in there, I don't know if this increases the tick. It doesn't. But that's just going to charge this up, and so that's what I'm going to do. That way our rings are already charged. All right. So the other thing I wanted to show you is I had this chunk loaded, right? And so we had our roost with emeralds going into here, and this is going into here, and you can see that I had this accelerated through here. I want to see. So it's not taking out. Are our slime balls full? Oh, geez, our slime ball. Oh my gosh, all this stuff's full. Okay, so let's pack this back up. Let's actually, how much? 12 buckets. That's pretty good. Let's turn that off. Let's package that up. And where did that go in there? Oh my god, I thought we were gonna lose that. Let's turn that on. All right, so we're gonna take this back over here, and we will just put this back, and then we'll just reload that, and you can see how quickly this goes now. Up to 168,000 blocks. All right, so I got 2 diamond in there. I don't know what that ends up going up to. So I made that. And then the other thing that I did was I made an enchantment area over here. And I just started taking, I disconnected this and let the emeralds produce books and bookshelves. And then I just came over here and I used all our XP that we've been getting back there. There's still some in here. And I've just made a bunch of books, right? So I was trying to get books that we could enchant our gear. And over time, we ended up getting it. So I got a protection 5, protection 4, protection 4, protection 3, and then I'm breaking protection 3. So that gives us a pretty good amount of protection. And then on our cleaver, if you give it a golden apple, you can actually remove. So on some of these, you see how it says abilities right there. This one does have no abilities left. This one has a 1 ability. So if you put a golden apple on that, it will switch the 1 ability for 2 upgrades. So if you don't want an ability on it, which I didn't really want an ability on it, I just came over here and put a golden apple on it, and then we just put some more of the quartz on it, which made it a sharpester of the swords, right? So we're at 13.39 attack damage, which is pretty good for the cleaver, I'm saying. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. So what I wanted to talk about was we're so close. We're on the verge of not being able, or we don't really even need most of this stuff anymore, because most of the chicken stuff is EMC, right? We're still going to have it, but we're to the point where we can almost make anything we want without having the transmutation table. We can pretty much make anything we want. So what I did is I made just a basic energy condenser, another one, right? And I took a bunch of the red matter blocks, and then I made a secondary energy condenser. It takes like 60 seconds now to make these. And what I wanted to do is, if we go into this at extended, we got these things here that are called energy EMC link. And it says here that you can use this block to add EMC to your transmutation table without using collectors. I don't want that. This says like the basic energy EMC link, but also allows to import and export items. That's cool. This one says like your personal EMC link, but has 1 input slot and 9 output slots. Extended as an automated item storage system for mods like refined storage, which is what we use, or AE2, learns items from input slots. That's the key right there. Learns items from input slots. So I don't need the table if it learns items, right? And then there's this compressed one, like the refined EMC, but has 54 output slots, which means that it has 54 available slots for recipe that uses EMC. So basically it's like a chest. It's like one of these chests here, right? 54 slots. And whatever item we put in it, it'll always make that item it doesn't go through a crafting recipe. It uses EMC to reproduce it. Right? So there's no crafting. That's game changing, because if we had those, then a lot of our crafting recipes, or a lot of our crafting things that we're going to need to going forward, instead of waiting on this system and making sure we had power and all that other stuff, it just pulls it out of those blocks. And I think that's critical to going forward without having that transmutation table. Because I was wondering how on earth we're going to use all this EMC, because that right there is a crap ton of EMCs just sitting in that box, right? And I could probably upgrade it. I think this goes up to 250 if I remember correctly, so we could probably upgrade that. Speaking of upgrades, let's do something real quick. Let's go to upgrades and let's craft. I think I need 16 16 of these, right? 6 times 3, yes, start. So I need 16 of those. So we'll have those, and then, but yeah, I think that's what we want to do. So I went ahead and made the recipes for this stuff, right? So this is the first one, this is the second one, third, and then the final one. And if we go back and look at extended, right? So if you look at this requires to make this is that, right? So, and that stuff's easy to make. I might just throw a bunch of this stuff in that thing over there and just make a couple thousand of this each, right? But I don't really need to, because once I make one of these, I can mass produce these, right? So, but in order to get to the next one, it's not that hard, but we need this energy condenser, right, to do this. So we could do all this, but I went ahead and counted how many energy condensers we would need to get to the next stage, because this first recipe isn't going to be that hard. It's going to be this one, because these take a while to make. And if we had these in storage, then it's not going to be hard. And then how many of these do we need going forward? Well, in order to get to this one requires 4 of these, right? And then, so it takes 4 of those and 1 of those for 1 of these. So if we take that 1 times 4, times, what is that, 9? So it's 36. And then I need 6 more. So that's times 6. And I did the math, and it's like 216 of them. So what I did is I went in here, and let's go to upgrades real quick so I can go get those drawers upgraded. It made us 19, whatever reason. If we go in here to at project, you can see I already have 147 of them made. So all I've been doing is putting these blocks in here, and it just mass produces energy condensers. This is all you need to do, really. So that's going to help us on that, let's see, we need like a whole stack more. Yeah, we'll just make an extra. So that's how we're going to make that. And we're going to make one of those just to see how well it actually works, right? So let's go ahead and put these in here. Boom. And boom. Okay. I just want to make sure I just remembered I actually stuck one in here just in case, because I can't reproduce it in here if I don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So is this actually just going full bore? Yeah, it is. Cool. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and click on this. Okay. So I think that'll help us out. I think we'll try. My discs are getting full here, so I'm going to have to worry about that. But I think once we get this moving and going on, and we get some of these patterns, we're not going to need a lot of the stuff going into storage. Now, I don't really know what exactly is going into storage, other than I know that is, because that's getting imported. Everything else is on storage drives, so I don't know. I'm not producing anything, so I don't know. It has to be this. That's the only thing I can think of. This is an import, right? Yeah, that's an importer. We could probably put that on a storage bus. Yeah, and this isn't going very fast anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. But you can kind of see, if we look on here, you can kind of see that it's going up just slowly, right? So let's go ahead and see if we can get this started. I want to see if we can go ahead and get one of these made. So let's go to extended, and I want to go ahead and get this one made. So let's see this. Actually, I did the wrong one. Actually, I'm not even in the right screen. So let's go to extended. I want to get, is this the first one? Which one's the first one? The energy, or the energy EMC link is, oh, it's this one. Okay. So can we make one of these? It looks like we can. So let's just say start. And here's the 2x compressed cobble, which I think, if I remember correctly, I think I showed you guys last episode. I did a storage. Yes, I did. So we have the 2x. This is full. So we're going to be using that. All right. So let's go back into here to the extended, and let's click on this. Let's create one of those, right? Am I going to need 216 of these? I don't think it really matters. Let's just click start and see how quickly it makes it. Should be pretty quick. All right, so there's the first one, right? That's the total. So if I take that and I stick that in here, it just made a bunch of them. All right, so we just made 3 more. All right, so let's try something here just for fun. We might have enough to do all this without even messing with our system. Let's try something. Let's put this in here. Yeah, that's making, so there's a stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks. Almost 3. There's 3 stacks. There's 4 stacks. Oh my dear God. How much EMC did we have stored in there? All right, let's take that out. More EMC than I thought, right? So let's go ahead and throw those in there, right? And then, so I think if we go into here and we go to this, let's go back to extended. All right. So I'm thinking that since we have 600 of those in there, we need to go to, what's the next stage is the personal, right? The personal one. So this. So I think this is the one that we're going to need, I think 64. So we have all that. It has to craft, we're crafting that. We have to craft a bunch of these. Craft that. That's not going to be hard. Available. That's a lot of Arsenal's fuel, isn't it? All right, so, or we could just craft one. You know, I didn't even need to make all those. I just realized that I didn't even need to make. So let's do the personal. Let's just make one. Start. All right, so there's the one, right? All right, so in order to make the next tier, which would be the refined. So the refined one is, we need 9 of these blocks here, all right? Watch what happens. I think this. So there's 3. All right, there's plenty of those. All right, so that's enough. That's enough for that. All right, and so we can put these in here. It takes 9 of these, and that makes us the refined, right? And then we can put these in there. And then all I need actually is to, let's grab 2 stacks of that. And then we just take all these out. We don't need all these, I don't believe. So if I put this in here, take that one out, put this one in. If I put this here, we just need 6. All right, so that wasn't that much. All right, so that's good. All right, I just want to make sure that we're reusing all our EMC. So if we had something that had EMC in it, we could probably use that, right? So let's put these in there. And we just need 6 of these things. All right, so I'll pull that 6 out. We'll put this into our crafter like this. And then we have a compressed refined EMC link. There it is. So what this does, if I click on it, right, it memorizes recipes, right? So let's go ahead. I want to make another one of these real quick. So let's just stick all this in here. So we need 6 of these. Let's put that in there and that in there and all this in there. So the other system goes a little bit faster there. So we needed 6 of those, and then we can go like this, right? Create one of those, right? So we have an extra. So if I go like this, did it not memorize it? Oh, you know what it just did? Oh crap. It put it in, it put the EMC in here. What I wanted to do was this. So it remembered this. That's what I wanted to do. All right. So we just kind of screwed up, didn't we? All right. So we could probably make, see, these are the refined. We could probably make, I can't put that in there. Why can't I put that in there? That's weird. We can put these in there for sure though. All right. So we're going to need a lot more of that stuff. So if we did that, and basically how it works is this thing just gets pumped in EMC value like crazy. So we just need to, oh, not this thing, this thing. Let's do that. Some more, all right? And then we need one more. There we go. That's all we needed. All right, so we can go in here, go like this. No, I don't know where that actually went. Oh yeah, we do. We lost it. So if I go like this and put this in here, right? I can produce these as long as I have the EMC value coming in, and then I can set these up anywhere that we want. In the EMC value, you can see up here that we have right now, we have a EMC value of 55 million, right? So that's telling us how much EMC value we have. So if I wanted to make one of these things, which you can see right there, we just have just a little bit over enough to grab that. But if I wanted to make one of these, I just did. Did you see what happened? So I can pull stuff out of here. So that's why this wouldn't work. So well, it does work. So we just put that in there, and then we could go like this, right? So that puts that EMC value in here, but it's, you can see it up in the top left-hand corner of my screen, how that works. So if I just start pumping a bunch of that stuff in there like crazy, then we have enough EMC. We could use these things instead of hooking it up to our system. We just hook this up to the crafting recipes, right? Like if we needed to grab something out of a recipe, as long as we have the recipe in here first, or as long as we have the item in there first, we don't even need the recipe. We just need to make stuff. Like if I needed to make that, or any of this stuff, or basically anything in our craftable recipes, any of this stuff, as long as it has an EMC value, we can just auto craft it. So I think that's freaking fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and stick this over there on that. So I think we can break this. I don't think that it goes anywhere. No, it doesn't. Good. And I want to see if it remembers its inventory. It's the only thing. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't remember its inventory. So if I put that there, so it doesn't remember inventory. So I have to remember that. So if we wanted to remember its inventory like that, So we just need to put in, that's kind of cool then, because we could hook this up to our refined storage system to always pull stuff out of here, because it's going to see that the items are in here and it doesn't have to create it. That's how that's going to work. That's cool. So if we did that, then basically all I need to do to get EMC into our system right now is, let's do, actually I don't want this screen, I want this screen. Let's go to upgrades real quick. That's an improved, advanced. We'll do advanced, and then let's grab some pipage. Let's go like that. All right, and then we basically can go in here and pipe. Actually, I needed 2 pipes. Do we have those in our? No, we don't have them in our bag. Crap. Let's go to pipe. Boom. All right, and then we'll go back over here. And we'll just funnel this stuff in like that, right? And then we just wrench this, and then this. You see our EMC value up there, and then if we needed to, we could just go like this. Boom. So that's coming in. You can see we're making about 143 million EMC a second. So what I need to do, since we've talked this whole time, is I need to upgrade these drawers so that they can take some items like this. But we don't even really need to do this, really, because all these things in this drawer, all these things are EMC valued. All of them. So there's all that stuff. So if we go in here, all that stuff is getting pulled out. Now I know we're going to need these. I saw what we're going to need that for. And if you guys didn't know, I don't know if I went over this or not. It's been a while since I looked. So let's take this leather cap. If you guys put one of the advanced filters on there, this advanced pipe upgrade, I'm pretty sure I showed you guys you could do this. You can just take items and stick them in here. Now this has a damage. Just delete the damage on it and click submit. Even with stuff that's got an enchant on it, just put it in there, get rid of this because it's telling you what the enchant is, and just delete the whole MBT data. Click submit. Now if I put them in here, it deletes them. So I need to do, that's what I've been doing for all the stuff that goes in there. All right. The issue that we're having with this, if there is grass growing, this will not work. All right. So there is a ring that we can make, I believe, that breaks all the grass. We don't have anything in here that's over 2,000. Nope. But we do have 5 of these. So I'm going to take, let's take 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll open these up and see what we get. Ready? So we're just going to shift on this. So we got a speed upgrade, a star climb, which is nice, and a travel anchor. Awesome. So pretty good gifts. Pretty good gifts. All right. So we have all that, more speed upgrades, some dark matter, and I don't need any more of that stuff. All right. I think that's all I'm going to do because this thing is filling up rapidly. So we're at, I don't know what G is. I'm guessing it's 102 million. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. What the G stands for. I guess million. Yeah, I don't know. We have a lot. That's all I know. And it's just going to get more and more and more. So with that being said, I think what we're going to be able to do is make these flower things now. And it's extended. I think I can mass produce these using the EMC value that we have. Kind of cheat the way, right? I think I can get these done. And I don't think I'm going to do it. This is almost completely pulled out, so that's good. Does that transmit into this too? 80 million. No, it does not. Okay, but we do have this thing that's got a full charge of 1.9 million, and we'll just keep that going. So I'm going to charge that up completely. But yeah, so we're going to get this done, and then we can mass produce these as many as we need, but these do cost a lot of money. Remember, they do cost 550 million a piece. So they do cost a little bit, but once we get enough EMC going, I don't think we're going to care. So yeah, guys, that's all I'm going to do today. I thought that would be cool for you guys to see. Actually, I'm going to back up right over here so you guys can see that cool block right there. So that's the block we made. I hope you guys enjoyed today. If you did, smack the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.